So again, hi, welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. We are having our letter for today. So we're just doing our two letter of advice. So as I says, thank you so much for sharing your stories. And if you have some stories to share, to give inspire, and at the same time to give some lessons to other, just email us to terence.flannery@gmail.com.
And we'll give you the benefit of our opinion. Don't forget that it is our opinion.
Yeah, so in other words, don't take it seriously. Life is just for fun. Yeah, so here, dear Terence and Beth, to your wife, I am Dean, now staying a small apartment in Manila because of this
Oh boy.
pandemic. I plan to buy a small property in the province and build a house. Now I realize city is not worth it when you're in quarantine and need to follow the rules. If not, you will be deported and viral in social media. But my concern, Terence, I have a 25 years old girlfriend staying with me, but I don't have fully trust her and love her totally. Wow, sakit naman yan, sir. I can't trust her to be the property owner. I can't trust her to be the property owner under the property under her name. Besides, I am not allowed to get married due to my ex-wife. Will get half of my assets that even one dim. What is dim, man? She's not worth it. $1, right? 1 centavo,
Yeah.
something like that. Sorry, it sounds I'm a bad guy, but I just learned a lot of lies in the relationship and I don't want to be in that situations again. Also, what is the province that you will recommend, Dean?
Well, just by the fact that we live in Bohol, that would seem to be the province that certainly we are happy with. But then that's where Beth comes from originally, and so our coming back here, there was obviously logic in that. And when we came back, we actually only intended to stay a little while, save up some money, but then we got caught up in a mission to help, and well, the rest
Is history.
is history. So what you need to do is you need to do your own research and find out the place that you would like to live, and that may in time necessitate you going around and going to a few different places. No point, I would suggest, in just going to places because they're a fabulous resort. I mean, you could go and live in a lot of places. You could go and live in El Nido. It's a fabulous place. Whether you would like to live there or not permanently is another thing, but then maybe you would. So you need to satisfy yourself on that, and then you need to find someone who is in that area. Now, you're saying that you don't trust this lady that's living with you, and yet she's living with you.
I think she was just you are traumatized of your previous relationship, sir. But
Yeah,
you know what? If you live your life if you live the life because of if you live your life now and still having the baggage of your ex, of the bad experience of your ex, then you will never be happy. You will never learn to trust. Sometimes you need to give chance to other people to come in and into your life for you to learn to love that person.
yeah,
I think the reasons why you're not fully trust and love her is because you're still thinking that she might betray you, she might steal your money, she might give you some headache or into another trouble in the relationship. So my advice to you is, because your concern is you want to buy a property in the Philippines and you don't know who to trust, then don't buy. Simple as that. Don't buy. Don't buy. You live in the city and be in the condominium, because foreigner can own condominium, own condominium in the city or in
in
the
their own
province.
name.
Or although there are some condominium in the province, like here in Bohol, is there a condominium in Bohol? No, I
Hmm.
don't think so. But there are some. I think there is.
In
Yeah, in
Tagbilaran, yes.
Tagbilaran. Then it's not really totally city. It's not, I mean, not city compared to Manila and Cebu. But there are some that is in the province area that there are some condominium, then you own that. If you don't trust. But if you wanted to buy a property in the province, then you need to have somebody that you can trust with, right? the other foreigner, what they did is they have somebody who is a Filipino, and they can trust, and the name of the property is in the name of the Filipina or the Filipino. Then what they did is they go to the attorney, right, and they sign an agreement that they are been leasing that for 20 years or 25 years. So in other words, that Filipina cannot sell that property without the consent of the foreigner. I'm correct?
That's true, but it's a
You know?
very uneasy way to
Yeah.
live your life, isn't it? Let's face it. Maybe this lady just isn't the right person for you. So
Yeah,
you
might
really need
be.
to find out. Of course she might be. That's why I said maybe she's not the right person for you. But Beth is not listening.
You know, or what do you call that? My other advice is, if you're looking for a province, then maybe the lady that is with you is having a province, right? Then go
Well,
there. Go there because
well,
so that
right now he can't go anywhere, can he?
no, I mean after this pandemic, you can go the province of your lady, and maybe you could learn. You could build a family there and start up to trust again. I know it's very difficult to trust, especially if you saw some hidden agenda that it's been before. But then you need to trust, and at the same time, just forgive your ex-wife. Forgive your ex-wife for you to move on, right? Forgive your ex-wife for you to move on and start a new life. Because if you cannot forgive your ex-wife and you're still continuing having the difficulty in your heart, then you cannot learn to love another person again. Because it always been there's a barrier for that there's always a barrier in your heart, and always
Yeah.
always remember the bad sides of your ex-wife being doing. So that's my concern. And I said it's also unfair, sir. You're a user, to be honest. You're a user because you're living with your Filipina, and you said you cannot trust her. You didn't totally love her. What did you feel if that Filipina saying that I don't trust you and I don't love you totally? What if you are in that shoes, right?
That's true. The way that you're behaving is also part of this picture.
Yeah.
It's not one in which you are separate from it, and just this lady that you're with is not trustworthy. Do you think she doesn't know that? Do
Yeah.
you think she doesn't know that
Yeah, she
you
can feel
don't
it.
trust her?
Yeah.
So what kind of relationship have you got with them, with this lady?
Yeah, and about
You
your
have to look at that.
yeah, I agree. And about your concern that you cannot do the divorce because is it true that you can get the half of property?
Yes.
Okay. So your concern is your ex-wife can get half of your property. Remember, your ex-wife also bring you happy. There's a moment, many moment before your relationship getting garbage. There are moments that you and your ex-wife are happy. So you don't say that she's not deserved on a one dim because
Well,
she's
maybe
taking care
she.
of you also.
Yes, and to some extent she must have been willing, or she must have been part of the fact of what you had, unless of course you were already wealthy before you married her. That's another thing, isn't it? But we don't know. We're not judging on
Yeah,
that
we're not judging you.
because we don't know what happened that made you have this terrible opinion of your ex-wife. We don't know what the baggage is filled with. What kind of
What kind of
contents
mistake?
are in the baggage, if you like.
But you know
So
what?
we're not judging on that.
Yeah, but if your relationship didn't work well on your in your first one, on your wife, on your ex-wife, put yourself that do I contribute also why the relationship didn't work, you know? So maybe you have also a fault because it's not just one fault.
No,
The
it's
two of
never.
you are been dancing together in the marriage. So it might be that you have contributed also. Why is it the relationship didn't work? You know, a lot of foreigners saying that the reasons why the relationship didn't work because the lady, the ex-wife is betraying them with another guy. Think to think of itself, do you think you're not contributing that also? Right? And then don't your baggage, your untrust heart, your ability to trust another and love again, don't come up into relationship when you're not ready yet. because it sounds like you are a user, right?
Well, that certainly is a harsh judgment, but it does
Yeah.
seem to be the case, doesn't it? You have to look at what you can change, because the thing is that no one else can change the way that you feel. That's something that you have to resolve. You have to
Yeah.
put all of that to bed forever so that it's gone. And I don't know, let's just pretend for a moment that the amount of money that your wife would get is, say, $100,000. Let's say it's $100,000. You are not separating from her fully, giving yourself chance to start again for $100,000. Is it worth it? In a way, your ex-wife owns you. She's not your ex-wife yet, and she owns you to
Yeah.
the tune of X amount of dollars. We just said, for instance, that it was 100,000. Is it worth 100,000 to keep yourself chained to that person? And what was the marriage contract? Was the marriage contract surely was that at the end of it, because this is the law, especially if you're in California, this is the law, is that your wife, after a certain period of time, is entitled to half of everything. Now, very often, it's the wealth has come from, say, the man becoming a surgeon and making a great deal of money. And so the woman claims half, but the man says, no, it's because I'm a great surgeon that we are rich. But the wife may have supported him through all of his studies
Yeah, like
to
cooking.
become, to become.
Yeah, like washing your laundry.
See,
You know,
so
you just didn't
yes, and well,
notice
not
it.
not just that. I mean, the chances are that a wife may have gone to work and enabled that man to do the study that he did in order to have the great income that he now has. So when it comes to splitting, um, it gets to be a very fine point, doesn't it? As
Yeah.
to who owns what.
Yeah, so you know, sir, what you're gonna do now, what you're going to do is forgive your ex-wife
You've
so
got
that
to
you can
resolve the
yeah,
issues.
you need to forgive your ex-wife, and at the same time so that you can let other people to come into your heart and give them a chance give them a chance in that relationship, you know, because it's unfair to the other party that you've been together but you don't love her. You know, it's just
Yeah,
like you're using her as you're using the other woman, you know. So, and about your concern, if you're really interested to live in the province, then try to searching, you know, try to do some research.
go to the
What are the
province.
province that you really wanted to do? But before you're going to buy, it's better if you're doing a tour. Once this pandemic is finished, do a tour, and then if you think that, wow, I like this place, then buy it. Let you know. And if you don't trust your girlfriend, then you need to talk that to your girlfriend that, look, I want to buy a property but I cannot marry you, so this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna sign it in some papers in the attorney, like that,
Well,
right? That's what majority
that
of
would
the
be a
expat
very
did.
shabby. That would be a very I think would be a very shabby way of treating the woman.
No, not saying that I don't trust you, but saying that I want to buy a property, right? But we're not married yet. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to lease the property from you. So in other words,
Yes,
even our relationship will not work out, you cannot have the land until I die. If I die, then you can have the land, right? Because that's I don't know, just to some expat doing that, that they're leasing in the attorney for 20 years or 20 something like that, and if that foreigner die, then the land goes to them. But while the foreigner is still existing in the universe, then they cannot do anything of that land.
that's a messy business.
Yeah, messy, what they call that?
Messy,
Yeah, that's
a
a quite
mess.
messy, but you know.
It's a messy. That's a messy business.
Yeah, so that's why I
Find
don't.
somebody, resolve your old issues, and find somebody new.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. It's a messy issue because what if you buy a property and then suddenly in that area you find another woman that your heart is blubbering and you're ready to move on and be with another woman. What
Yeah,
happened to your woman now? You know, who you bought a land, you know, so it's a kind
it's
of uh what do you call that? A kind
It's a
of
mess.
mess. So better, maybe you go to the province and rent. Right? I'm sure there are some house and lot for rent, and maybe you can rent that.
Yeah.
You can rent, and then it will resolve the problem, because there are some rent which is around 10 to 15,000 in some province, or 5,000, right? And since you got a lot of money, then you know if you have a house, if you renting a house, then you can do some renovation, right? If you really
Well, we
don't
don't
want.
have to live his life for him right now,
Okay.
do we?
But for now,
Okay.
sir, try to resolve your issues, because it's not about your problem is not about money, but it's financial. But your problem is trusting again.
Right.
Don't be you, sir, because what if you are not in that shoes?
Stop the tape.
What's tape?
It's an expression. We done it. We're going over and over and over
Okay.
and over.
So again, sir,
It's what's called killing it to death.
I'm not getting angry to you, but I just don't like your idea of living with someone that you think that you cannot love, or you cannot trust and don't love enough, So again, whatever you're gonna do, stay safe there. Remember, this is quarantine time, and you're very lucky you are been locked down or stranded with someone else. Have a good day, and God bless. Bye bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye for now.